Bang, bang, bang. Easter Army is live, and so was the fucking block, son. Marty, once again. We didn't have no coffee filters. Fucking 90 degrees. Never get a break in LA. You think this is where you want to stay? Till that sun hits you in the fucking face every day. Name on the wall. Celebrate good times. They got Sunset Boulevard shut down. There's a fucking concert. Hello? They don't know about the one in here, though. The piano man. Fucking with it. Boom, look at that. Stand on point today. First try situation. Hook this bitch in. Clack. Alrighty then. Hopefully there's no whining and whistling of death. We'll just keep him like that. Hello? Danielson! Bang, bang, bang. Welcome to the motherfucking Cloudy and Rowdy podcast, episode 67. That's probably what your Impala you're going to have to buy when you're looking for a 6.4, because they done bought all the 6.4s, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what it is. I'm hitting the refresh button with the mic check 1, 2, and then we'll get on with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Was running behind. It was my own fault because when I was coming down Sunset, I seen all the fucking excitement and all the crazy shit going on. They threw like a pop-up concert. So I had to run down there and see what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen it on the young Instagram story, right? Shit's taking forever, man. Didn't have no coffee. Had to go buy that young rock star. This shit is whipped orange. Fucking awesome, dude. Tastes like a fucking orange creamsicle. People from Georgia, taste like a varsity orange. Huh? You know what I'm talking about. There we go. Live now. That shit just pulled up. That's how long it took. Swirling. 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 There we go. Live now. Oh, there we go. Bam. Back to mute. And we're on. Welcome. Hell yeah. Hot as fuck still. You know what I'm saying? It looked like for a couple days we had a little bit of an overcast, some nice cool nights and shit, you know, woke up with my windows a little frosty, and then out of nowhere, the fucking punk-ass weatherman was like, get ready for a weekend in the 90s. His fucking sun-scorched skin, he can barely even smile. He fucking with that fake-ass smile. These people act like they like this goddamn sun every fucking day of the year bullshit, but they fucking don't. That's bullshit. They only talk that shit when you complain about your shitty weather. Catch them on an off day. They'll be like, you'd be like, what are you doing? Fucking sweating to death. Because it never goes away. It's just blow, blow, blow. That fucking weatherman looked like brown leather. He was like, another weekend in the 90s. He had to fucking pull a smile across his face with his fucking leather skin. Get the fuck out of here. Another weekend in the 90s. It's goddamn November. Give us a fucking break, you know? Son of a bitch. Rifle Rick the Savage, what's up, dog? Thanks for blazing in and fucking joining the Easter Army. Angela, Oklahoma. Hello. We got some fucking Easter Army members in the house. Getting cloudy and rowdy. You know what I'm saying? 5-3 on fantasy football. Pulled one out my ass this week. Boy, was losing all fucking weekend until Monday Night Football. Won in the twilight minutes of the fantasy world. You know, last fucking minute, my defense came through for me. They got a pick six. Whew, took it to the house. And I beat McGorry by like 4 points and shit. It was great, you know. So, Oh, I made a huge pickup last week too that helped me. I picked up that kid Mac from Indianapolis, Marlon Mack or something like that. I don't really know anything about him. I just checked his stat line and seen where, like, he was sucking dick in the beginning of the season, and then he had like an 11-point game, a 15-point game, a 20-something point game. So I was like, fuck it. He looks like he's on a roll right now, Rolled the dice with him. Threw him in there. That motherfucker hit 7. Buck back with an 11. Give me my money, bitch. That motherfucker got me like 26 points or some shit. I was like, yeah. That shit helped tremendously, Trubisky came through for me. I think I'm rolling the dice with him again this week because I was going to go with Ryan, but they're playing Washington. We really don't ever play them well. So, and our defense sucks a fucking dick. So I'm thinking, I'm thinking that their defense is going to feed off their offense, fucking our defense in the mouth all day, and that's going to hype them. I just think I think Ryan's going to throw an interception or get sacked a bunch in this game. I feel like Washington's defense is going to outplay my Atlanta defense. The defense I used last week is going against somebody good. I can't even remember who I fucking picked last week, but so it's just like I had to do something. So I had to bench Matt Ryan so I could use Washington's defense. But fuck it, I'll go with Trubisky, because even when the kid throws an interception or some shit or fumbles, he can fucking make it up with his running, He'll get the fuck up out of there. He'll get you some rushing yards. He throws an interception, that's -2 points. He runs 20, 30 yards, he gets it right back. Hello? He dives in for a touchdown, that's 6 points. So I think that he makes up for his mistakes in a lot of other ways where some of these other quarterbacks don't, just because their team sucks a dick. So I don't know, man. Hopefully I'll be 6-3 next week, talking mad shit. I'm excited to see, what Amari Cooper's going to do on Dallas, right? Maybe see if that was a good, see if that was like the missing piece in their puzzle, or maybe we were right about him. I think Amari is a bust. I think that he's one of those receivers that, he's just going to have good games every now and then, but he's not going to consistently be a top receiver in the league. I don't see it in him. So, fucked around and picked up Cooper Kupp off fucking waiver wires. Somebody fucked up, dropped him. Boom, he's right back in the lineup. And I'm playing him over Josh Gordon this week because, like Brady keeps going to this motherfucker, but I think he lost a step. And I don't think the media wants to admit it. I don't think Brady wants to admit it. I don't think Josh Gordon wants to admit it. But god damn it, I can see it. He don't have that leave you behind fucking speed anymore. And so that's where Brady's putting the ball, is where he should be able to, like how Moss would just he could throw that ball ahead of Moss and Moss would go zzz, and catch it. Yook. Gordon ain't got that anymore. He's like you need to throw him shorts and screens and let him use his size, his 6'3", 210-pound frame to maybe run over some cornerbacks. But he ain't dusting nobody no more, So I don't think he's going to end up being nowhere near what Moss was. And he's like I feel like he's more of like a Beckham receiver when it comes to your fantasy team. They're going to always predict him to do well because he has Brady throwing to him. But it's just a fucking complete roll of the dice whether he does or not. Because Brady throws to everybody. He throws to James White mostly, and then fucking Edelman. And then if fucking big dummies on the field, Gronk. And so Gordon's like the fourth thought in his head, And he only tries to go deep to him because they remember him as that speedster. But he's not Flash anymore. He's fucking, he's Dash. he has a dash of the Flash left. That's it. He ain't leaving nobody. You could tell on that one play when he's done that, when he stiff-armed Buddy and then did that spin move and took off towards the end zone, the old Gordon would have been gone. Touchdown. But they hawked his ass down, boy. Yep. But that's that. So... enough for the football talk. I know people, not everybody are sports people, you know what I'm saying? So, went and seen Halloween. Sunday, I think. So I'm pretty sure I didn't talk about that shit last week. Went and seen Halloween for Halloween. That was pretty cool. Got me in the spirit, you know. Fucking I like all the Halloween movies pretty much, you know. I think they always do a good job with like the storyline and shit, you know. It gets a little unbelievable, like how strong he is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, unless they're like playing on the angle of him having retard strength, you know, like strength of 10 men type shit. But other than that, you know, it's always a good story. I even like the Rob Zombie one that people used to shit on. I thought that was a good storyline of Mike Myers. You know, they showed him as a kid. You know, that was a part we'd never seen of him. You know, showed him like making his mask and all that bullshit. So this one was good too. You know, it had the old school cast in it still. It had Jamie Lee Curtis in it. It had, you know, so it had a good storyline. I liked it. It got me in the spirit for Halloween. Got me in the mood, you know. Wednesday, we went down to Santa Monica, you know, and that shit was awesome. You know, if you looked at my Instagram stories, you see that one clip where I fucking held the camera up and like zoomed. I tried to zoom down the street. There was people further than the zoom could zoom. Hello? Them motherfuckers there was just a sea of people. It was fucking awesome. It's like, you know, until you see that many people in one spot, you really just don't know how fucking awesome it is, you know? It's wild to be out there in the middle of that shit. But the DJs were killing it. They were playing good music, you know? And one thing I did notice was like there was no fights and shit, you know? Like me and Erica Ligney were talking about, because Ligney's from Florida, I'm from Georgia, and you just don't really have, you don't really have fucking big parties and groups like that, you know, on the East Coast. You know, and unless you're lucky enough to have a friend who throws a huge Halloween party somewhere, you'll go to like a house party or maybe like a haunted house or a haunted trail. But, you know, there's not really a lot of places on the East where they just shut down a whole fucking street and just party like that, because motherfuckers out there, for some reason, get to fighting, get to shooting, all that dumb shit. It was like, me and Ligney was like, dude, if that had been in Florida or Atlanta, there would have been fights and fucking stabbings and shit all fucking night long. But there was like the whole fucking 2-3 hours I was down there was none of that shit. I didn't even see like cops run by us, you know, like in a hurry to get somewhere. Like there would be groups of cops. They were walking up and down in the middle of the crowd, down the sides of the crowd. You know, they were patrolling. They were walking through the crowd to make sure shit was cool. But not once did I see them have to fucking hurry up and get somewhere because some shit happened, you know. It was, for the most part, you know, everybody just out there having a good time, getting fucked up, fucking watching the fucking chicks walk by. That was the main thing I was out there for. Boy, them costumes look good this year. It was warm and shit. They could dress how they wanted to. It was fucking dope. You know? Funniest part was fucking Fat Tim. Fucking we're sitting over there on the curb, and I see him go. And I was like, what's up? And he was like, dude, check out Cammy over there. She fucking looks good, bro. She fucking nailed it, man. Look at that ass. That's a tight little ass. Nice outfit. And so fucking, I was like looking down, firing up the blunt while he was saying all that. And I'm like smiling and laughing, you know. And so fucking, I fire up the blunt and I look up. And so fucking, as I'm looking up, Tim's looking back down. And then Cammy turns around and has a full beard. And I was like, Cammy's a dude. And he was like, what? And he looked up. He was like, oh, no. Oh, fuck, man. I'm getting sick. I'm getting fucking sick. This is the lowest part in my life. He was like, this is the lowest point of the night for me. I can't fucking believe that. He was like, you're loving this, ain't you, motherfucker? I was like, yeah, it was pretty good. You talked about her for a good minute. Why don't you go out there and tell her how nice her ass is and rub her beard? You know? Yeah, I'm still banned from the pussy store. I don't give a shit. Like you said, I don't give 2, 3, 4, or 5 shits. Hello? That situation, places like that, make people like me, you know, stay true to ourselves no matter what. Keep trying harder. Keep striving not to give up. Now I got a chip on my shoulder. I got that Tom Brady mentality in comedy now. because of that pussy ass place. I can't wait for the day to tell any and every one of them little motherfuckers that think that place makes them and defines them or our comedy career. You pussy motherfucker, I told you so. I didn't step foot on that fuck ass stage, and look where I'm at. You dumb motherfucker. You spend all that time up there kissing ass with shit on your nose from burying it in people's asshole, shit on your tongue from licking and kissing ass, motherfuckers. And where are you? Because you ain't funny, bitch. All that shit will only get you to a certain level, and then you gotta still be funny, though. You know? I admit, don't matter how funny you are in this town at first, because these pussies are weak, and they got weak self-esteem and confidence. So if you come right in the door and stroke it for them and tell them all they're great and tell them all you love them and tell them all they're this and they're that, they'll throw you right up to the top as fast as they fucking can because they want you around, because you're a yes man and you're a smiley smiler, you know? Netflix has proven it. Look at the garbage they put on Netflix. It's fucking horrible. Brad Williams, that set he did on Degenerates, is the worst shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. And it's sad because I've seen the kid live 5, 6, 7 times. Destroy. Way harder than that. I've seen Brad Williams crush way harder than that. I seen him at the parlor with Mackie one night. Mackie didn't know he had came in the room, and Mackie was doing a bit about how you got to catch a midget, and there's like a curtain on the parlor stage. Brad comes sliding up under the curtain in between Mackie's legs and shit, and jumped up and fucking like ran around his legs, and Mackie did like this, like he was trying to catch him, and he ran, and they fucking lit that crowd up. On that special, he fucking sucked. He broke one of the comedy 101 rules. He came out and for the first minute told everybody how great of a time they were about to have, because he's a midget and he's funny. He told everybody how funny he was before he was even fucking funny. That's where he fucked up, you know? As much as the motherfuckers, you know, the Joey dick riders that think I'm a hater and all that shit, Joey did the best on that special. I give props when they're due. I'm not a fucking hater. No matter what's going on between me and him right now, Joey murdered that shit, and I'll give it to you. Good job, Joey. Good fucking job, Joey Diaz. You took that opportunity and you fucking seized it by the ball. You grabbed it by the balls, in your words. Because after 30 years, the motherfucker seen he had his chance to get on Netflix, he brought all his good material that he knows he's good at delivering, and he's got good emotion with it. He brought all his best shit, put it in a good order and shit, and he fucking mopped the floor with all them pussies. I don't give a shit what type of war we're in right now or how fucking mad I am at him right now. I'll say it. Big J, that was the most boring fucking set I've ever seen in my life. You people that worship that dude and hold him up top, you're just dick riders. You gotta fucking stop doing that shit. Yeah, he might be great at crowd work, but his material was dog shit. Okay? That was bullshit. Brad Williams, bullshit. Christina P, fucking goofy, dumb bullshit. Joey was the only one that seemed like he took that shit serious, and he fucking mopped the floor with their ass. So good for him. You know what I'm saying? These other people, man, take that shit serious. You get these fucking opportunities because you smile and you caress and you ass kiss. Then fucking show up when you get the chance. You know what I'm saying? That shit makes me, that's the shit that pisses me off. So yeah, fuck that place. I can't wait to tell some of these pussies, fuck you. Don't smile around me. Motherfucker, you ain't never liked me for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna happen. That place don't do nothing but fucking keep my tank on full. So, you know, because I know, like that crowd that they had, I 20 times better than that fucking little midget did, or that fat pregnant bitch did. Fuck that shit. And no disrespect to her, that was just emotion talking. You know, I don't have no fucking anger towards that chick. I don't know her, you know. I just know that I feel like she gets spots because of who her husband is and her group, because she ain't fucking funny. Go fuck yourself if you think so. BC Fleazy in the house. Kevin don't give a fuck. We got some motherfucking killers in the crib. Let's fire up this blunt, son. I didn't forget my weed this week. Or my young pumas. Hello. The fucking bums are gone. That's good news. The fucking bums are gone. Finally. Fuck yeah. So I was able to, you know, do my thing today. I fucking went to the van, turned it on, put the AC on full blast, went to Ralph's, fucking got me a cold drink, came back, put on some lotion, put my shoes on, was able to do my thing. I wasn't in a hurry, wasn't in a rush, wasn't looking out the windows. There wasn't fucking nutbags over there screaming and cussing, They fucking cleared their pussy asses out. And because they had drug like a fucking couch over there and an old mattress, they had it like propped up against the couch. They had like a little bum hut made over there, right? And finally, them people said, fuck that. They got that shit. They got that shit cleaned up. And then I heard a dump truck the next morning and shit. So I look out the blinds. Them motherfuckers are out there. Heave! Ho! They were throwing that motherfucking shit right in the back of that dump truck. I was like, yeah! So fucking the block is back, bitch, It's all dope. So, hell yeah. I'm with you, BC Fleas. I mean, I ain't afraid to say it. I don't give a shit about these people and kissing their ass. So, yeah, that bitch was trash on that fucking special, I couldn't even watch Yokohama or whatever her shitty name was because I seen her on the roast battle with my boy Jamar. I just can tell. I can just tell what type of set she about to do. Yeah, I was running late as fuck. So I didn't really have time to look anything up. But the first thing that did show up was that Pittsburgh shit. That's fucked up. That shit had that. I think that was happening while we were on while I was doing the podcast last week or something like that. Because I just found out about it this week. I was telling somebody like, it's weird how people have how people can have a hatred for just one group of people like that. I've never understood that. Like I've never just sat back and be like, you know what, I fucking hate Mexicans, or I hate Asians, or black people. I've never felt like that. I got individual hatred for people, all as a whole. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I hate people. Really, y'all get on my nerves. Motherfuckers get on my nerves. But individually, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a whole, I could give a fuck less. If I was the only person on this world sometimes. You feel like that until you are the only person, then you're bored to death. But like, there's just times when it's like, leave me the fuck alone. You don't like nobody. But it's like, I don't hate people as a group enough to where I'd ever go out of my way to go kill them and do weird shit. It's wild how that happens. It's like, I don't see what's inside someone's brain. What must have happened to that dummy? What the fuck happened to him? To where he's just like, you know what? Fucking fuck a Jew, and I don't care how old they are or what gender they are. I'm going there fucking killing them. It's weird to me. What makes motherfuckers snap like that? I was laughing with my dad. I was like, the only thing I can think of is like Marty's joke, where Marty's like, Marty will say, I understand some of y'all don't like the Jews, and if this don't change, we're going to have to raise your rent. So I was like, maybe they kept just raising his rent until he said, fuck this shit. It's the only thing I can think of, Right? Kevin Smith said the little guy was okay. Okay, we all got our own thing. I could understand that because, like I said, I've seen Brad live. I've seen him do very good. So maybe I'm biased, because maybe I expected more from him because I've seen him do good live, I feel like that was one of his weakest sets I've ever seen him do. That's all I'll say, and it sucks because it happened to be on Netflix, and I like Brad. I think he's cool. I like the fact that he advocates using the word midget. I have a joke about how the word midget is way cooler of a word than little people. Like, it's a tougher word. It would be it would be way scarier if someone was like, yo, a midget's about to whoop your ass, than, hey man, this little person's about to whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a whole bit about how midget's way cooler. So I've always liked him in the fact that he's like, yo, I'm a midget and I don't give a fuck. Like, he defends that word. I like that. And I've seen him do so much better that it was more like disappointment as far as like I was rooting for him. When I seen he was on there, I was like, hell yeah, little Brad got him a spot. He gonna fuck this shit up. And then it just, I don't know, I've never seen him do that bad. So I was like, what the fuck? Did they make you do this? That's almost what I feel like. I feel like they were like, hey, don't be as funny as you usually are, you little motherfucker. You know, something, right? Like, they promised him a lifetime of toys. I don't know what the fuck happened, because I've seen him do way better. So maybe that's what that is, you know. And if that would have been, and if that's one of your first couple times seeing him, then I know why you think he's funny, because he is. He's a funny little fucker, you know. To me, he just wasn't on that. And I was like, fuck, that sucks, man. That sucks, Brad, because I've seen you do so much better. I wanted him to crush that shit so the rest of the world could see how funny the little fucker is, you know? And then, you know, my own jealousy and sports competitiveness started thinking like, fuck, I wish I'd have had that crowd. You know, what would I have done with that crowd? I'd have murdered them motherfuckers. I'd have had to stop some of my jokes so they catch their breath type shit, you know. I got some jokes that have a couple little mini punchlines before my main punchline. And, you know, sometimes not too long ago, there was a crowd in here, and I did my first little mini punchline. Then when I did the other little punchline, they were laughing so hard on them fucking two stupid little mini punchlines that I couldn't get the fucking real punchline out, because they laughed so long about them that by the time if I'd have said the fucking real punchline after they finally shut up, it was too long. So I just went to the next joke. And Kyle Henson was in the back when I got off stage. He goes, motherfucker, he goes, you didn't even finish that one joke because they wouldn't shut up. And I was like, yeah. He goes, that's fucking awesome though, in a way. And I was like, yeah, I guess, but it's annoying. You know what I'm saying? So I know I would have done that with that crowd. You know, there'd have been times when I'd have just had to stop and let them, you know, because people like to talk about some of the shit I say sometimes. Oh, did you hear what he just said? Fucking da-da-da-da. You know, I rhyme shit. They want to say it, repeat it. You know, people repeat shit. You got to give them time to do that, you know. But hands down, Joey did the best. I don't give a shit, you know. You watched 10 minutes of Rogen's special and turned it off? You got to, Rogen's special wasn't that bad. Like I said when I first watched it, I liked the bit about little boys don't matter as much as little girls and the cat bit. I like that. But, you know, yeah, I could understand why you would. You know, it's the same old shit. He don't really switch his style up that much. That Adam Sandler shit was great. I loved that shit. I don't give a fuck. It ain't as strong the second time, you know, because I went back and watched it again just so I could hear them goofy songs and try to remember some of them, you know. I love that shaving song. I think it's funny. It's so true. You absolutely feel like that, you know. Once you shave, you're like, damn, I got thin-ass lips, you know. It's like, yeah, your lips are thin, you have no chin. Dad made a mistake. That shit was so funny to me. But, you know, hey, whatever floats your boat, bro. Take it in the ocean and goddamn catch some fish with it. Hello? Just don't get no crabs in your net. God damn it. Yeah, he gets stale. Rogan's problem is his preachiness and his, you know, like trying to change a life or some dumb shit while he's on stage. You know what I'm saying? He's got that mentality. He's one of them comics that think like, it's our podium and our stage to change the way somebody feels or thinks about something. Really, it's not, you stupid fuck. It's called comedy. And that involves laughter, which involves jokes and funny stories. Them stories don't have to change people's minds politically and religiously and racially and all that shit. All it's supposed to do is make them laugh. That's it. And that's where his staleness comes from, because he's one of them fucks that can't like keep the funny, you know, he would rather you know, try to teach you some shit in the middle of his stand-up routine and, you know, like I said, make you change the way you think about something. And then it's like, and then for what? You know, you're not getting a fucking award before you die. No one's going to come to your deathbed and say, Joe Rogan, you changed the minds of 322 people over your comedy career. Here's your plaque, your award, your trophy, Instagram. Take this to God. He'll give you a free pass since you did that. Here. Make sure you give this to God. Get the fuck out of here. So Be funny, fuckers, you know? No one gives a fuck. That if you can't be funny, be interesting, that comes from weak comics who can't write jokes. Because guess what? Writing jokes is fucking hard. You know, you don't think it is? You call yourself a comic and you don't think writing jokes are hard? Write a one-liner then, Mr. Storyteller. Mr. fucking, I don't have jokes, I have bits. You only have bits because you can't write a fucking joke, motherfucker. There you go. I really think you shouldn't be able to call your comic until you can write a joke. I don't give a fuck if it's a simple-ass street joke. Like, what did the fucking fish say to the fisherman? We had a comic up here one night who is a big deal around town. Everybody thinks he's so smart and genius, DeMar Randy, right? And he was up there trying to talk shit about how he'd get up there and he don't have to tell jokes. All I do is tell stories and blah, 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 da, 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 da. And I was like, you don't tell jokes because you can't write them. And he was like, yeah, can do it. And I was like, okay, well then me. I was like, and I honestly had never even thought of this joke or finished it in my life. It was just simple because he put me on the spot. He was like, well, then you write a joke. I was like, okay, well then, I was like, finish this then. What did the fish say to the fisherman? And he was like, he couldn't think of nothing. He was like, fuck, I don't know, man. That kindergarten ass joke. Shit, won't you write? I was like, I'm a catch. And I literally thought of that shit right there on the spot. It's stupid and silly, but it's still a joke. It would work on kids, like you said. It absolutely is a kindergarten joke, but it's a goddamn joke. And you, Mr. Genius, Mr. Compton College, couldn't fucking think of it, could you? Something that simple. That's what I'm talking about. Some of you motherfuckers think you're comics. You think you're so funny. You think you're so great. You think you know comedy, but you can't even write a fucking joke, can you, buddy? That's where this smirk and this smile and this confidence comes from. Because not only have I always been naturally funny before I even knew I was a comedian, guess what? I am a fucking comedian and I can write jokes. I have actual jokes before I hit you with a story that I can tell like a motherfucker and keep it funny on a Ron White level, motherfuckers. So you wait. And I'm, just about to be 5 years in? That's what a lot of these pussies in this town don't know about me. They see me on stage and see how good I am, and they just assume I'm an 8, 9, 10-year comic that just came into this town. No, you stupid fucks. I'm new. I'm just catching my groove. You know what I'm saying? Wait till I really do actually one day fall in love with this dumb shit and take it serious. I'm going to come at you motherfuckers, and you can't stop me because this industry ain't got hardly any talent. Think about it. We all liked the same 4 comics forever. I don't know who said that not too long ago, but they nailed it with that shit. The nation's been in love with the same 4 comics for that long because the rest of them fucking suck. And you fucking know it. You know it. People let friends convince them other shit's good. You know what I'm saying? I have the confidence to where I'm one of them comics where you ain't going to have to convince. All you're going to have to say is, hey, look up this dude, Tommy Easter. Just tell them to look it up. I might put together a good-ass tape of all my good shit when I get home because I don't have videos to it, but I have audio to a lot of my shit and just throw a bunch of audio up of my jokes, you know what I'm saying, fuck it, right? People can't steal them if they're up. And then fucking, then you can be like, yo, just listen to this dude. You don't have to convince them. They're going to like my shit. That's the confidence I have. It ain't going to take, somebody 6 years on their own podcast telling people I'm the funniest man in the world. You don't have to tell people how funny I am. They're going to fucking hear it, bro. You know? Happy Saturday, Shelly Berkowitz. Yeah, I agree with that, Rifle Rick. I've always said that. Rogens' podcasts are very good. Stand up, not so much. I'm with you on that, you know? And that's a lot of people. That's a lot of comics, dog. They're funny around people. They're funny in a group when they can feed off motherfuckers. When, like I was telling somebody the other night, when you're in a group when you're around other people and whether you're a comic or not, but you're just a funny person, and they bring up something, and 2 or 3 of them say something, that's kind of funny but stupid, but then you're a funny person, so you say something really clever and shit. It's easy to always be the funniest person in that group when you got dumb fuck and fuck, saying shit first. When he says something stupid and then stupider, and then you hit him with something that's pretty much halfway decent, people are going to be like, this is our funny person here. But that don't mean you can get on stage and be funny, because you needed dumb shit and stupid fuck to say what they said first. You see what I'm saying? But when you get up here and you ain't got them two to feed off of and look better off of, now what you going to do? You're going to talk about Tinder and Uber and complain about white people or complain about being single. That's what you'll do. You won't write a goddamn joke, though. Make an album and push it like No Limit. That's wild you brought that up, Kevin. Don't give a fuck, because I've been bumping a lot of old P, and that's exactly where I got that. Like, that's exactly where I thought of that shit. Like YouTube was playing the other day, and it was like some old Master P thing, and that he was talking about that shit. He was like, I just knew I wanted to get that shit myself, even if I had to, record my own album, print my own album, sell my own album, all that shit. And I was thinking, man, that's exactly what I need. I need to put all my best shit on a fucking album and send it to all these little faggots, Netflix and Sirius and fucking Pandora and fuck your ear radio and up your ass TV, and see if one of them, I'm funnier than most of this dumb shit they've accepted, so they're gonna, as soon as they hear me talking about hard dick and Netflix, soaping and hoping, if it was raining pussy, I'd get hit with a dick. That's funnier than most of the shit these fucking dummies have said on half of these Netflix specials. And I'm not even a one-liner comic, motherfuckers, So they're going to have to at least play the shit on Pandora or something, right? Serious. And that'll be the start. That'll be the start of the fuck you lane. The I told you so, you little punks. That lane. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait. Can't wait. I get big enough one day, I might make shirts that say fuck the Comedy Store. Definitely gonna wear that shirt if I go back on that stage. But it don't matter. Just like I say they don't matter, I don't matter to them either, because there's hundreds, every Monday, hundreds of comics show up to that potluck with hope. More hope than any amount of soap that Fight Club ever showed you on a fucking video, okay? There's hundreds of names on that list every Monday. They come from all over thinking that they can climb the ranks in that stupid fucking place. People, do not move to Los Angeles thinking you're going to just fucking go up there and kill potluck and then that's it. Adam's going to just be like, fucking what? Where have you been, dude? You want to do a spot tonight at 9:30? I'll put you in between Rogan and Joey. How about that? Do you fucking think that's going to happen, you stupid motherfuckers? Get the fuck out of here. Not in your wildest fucking dreams. You got to become a fucking employee there before they even take you serious. You got to fucking ride dick. You got to suck it. You got to coddle the balls. You got to do all that shit. You got to stand there every night with that fucking Comedy Store shirt on like a puppet, like a fucking trained soldier. Be a good boy and act like you're better than these people. We'll put you on stage later and you can be corny as fuck. That's exactly what the fuck that is. And then the ones that ain't corny and actually have talent, like my man Ron Taylor, congratulations for being a paid regular now. You get past, and that was your path, though. Ron came in this town, boom, boom, bang, bang, bang. He went fucking bow, 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 bow. I could have done the shit just as fast. I just don't hold back. I'm me. I'm an asshole. So, whatever. Ron ain't. And he's talented, funny as fuck. And he flew right through that fucking store's ranks. Them pussies... There's pussies that's been working there, that fucking little foul chain dude and all these fucking, that Guam, all these motherfuckers that's been working there all that time had to watch that. I'm glad you had to watch that. That's how long it's supposed to take. Not as long as you've been working there. You motherfuckers still working there? Still dreaming? You seen my boy Ron came in there, whop, right on the wall. He's out the door. Ron, whop, right on the wall, out the door. Don't work there no more. You motherfuckers still work there. Still think you the shit because you work there. You're a fucking puppet. All you motherfuckers. If you work there over 5 years, you're a goddamn puppet. If you've worked there over 5 years and your name and they ain't passed you yet, is what I'm saying, then get the hint, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't even write like that. I don't have to write material. You know what I'm saying? I write down little clips of what I was thinking about. And then I fucking bring it to the stage, you know? And then you record that shit and you listen back. And like if there isn't a crowd on the recording, I'll listen back, and if I say something that makes me laugh while I'm listening to it, I'll remember it and I'll say it again in front of a crowd next time I get a crowd and see if it makes them laugh. And then if it does, I'll fucking keep with it, you know? But if it don't, I'll say, oh, well, that's just something I thought was funny, I guess. And then I fucking, you know, fuck it. You know, we try to say something different next time or word it a little different. Maybe put that shit in another spot here. They didn't like it there. Let's put it here. We'll see what that, you know, I'll say some shit right here, pow, and then hit them there. You know, you just fuck with it. I don't have to write that shit out, though. But, you know, some people do. I don't blame, you know, we all got our own style. We all got our own path. That's why I don't like giving advice. My best advice is always to stay with your own path. Do what you feel is right. Don't take other people's advice as the absolute and only way. You know what I'm saying? Take from their advice what works for you, but stay on your road with it. You know what I'm saying? You could take little, you know, you can pull off the road and stop at a gas station, get a couple snacks, but jump your ass back on your road to your destination. You know what I'm saying? People so quick to try to take someone else's path. Well, this is the way that worked for me. Well, guess what? Now there's road work, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because it worked for you, it doesn't mean it's going to work for them. Hello? So just stick on your fucking shit. It doesn't always feel right, but you know, it works out. Hello? Fuck. Might be a little rain. You might have to pull over on the side of the road because your wipers ain't as fast, but the rain will stop. And you'll be right back going on the same goddamn road. Hello? Oh, fuck. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Be heading out, people. Fucking A, it's already the 2nd. I'm going to ride about this motherfucking town around the 12th, 13th, 15th, something like that. I looked up the calendar. I kind of want to leave. I think the 15th's on a Friday. I don't think that's a good day to leave on the weekend and shit. So I might depart a little early, or maybe I might wait until that. Cause see, if I wait and do my podcast the next day on the 16th, then I'd have to leave on the 17th, which is football Sunday, which ain't that bad. So then that's 17, 18, 19. It takes around 3 days. So, yeah, then I could be home around the 19th or 20th. That ain't bad. And then Thanksgiving's on the 25th. It gives me a good week to, you know, fucking settle down, get used to the 3-hour difference, catch up on some sleep and all that bullshit, you know. Hello. And then, yeah, I might just do it like that. That way we got one more podcast next week. Hello. And then I'll be fucking on the road again. My grandpa, that's Willie Nelson. My pawpaw calls him old ugly fucker. Right? You're going to be driving through Omaha. I don't know, dude. I go on Google Maps and I put in my home address and it brings up 3 blue lines, right? One of them goes down the map, down South Texas, but you got to go through like 2 or 3 border checks. I don't ever choose that fucking path because fuck it, you know? If it's raining pussy, I'm going to get hit with a dick and it's going to be right at that border. Hello? They're going to fucking crush me right there. So I take the path that goes straight across pretty much the middle of the fucking, it goes through that top panhandle of Texas. It goes through the middle, you know, and then it drops me like, I think when I go through Arkansas, it drops me down and through like the top, like the tip of Louisiana and I think I go across Mississippi and Alabama into Georgia like that. So I don't know where the hell Omaha is. Texas or something like that. I'm not geographically gifted. You know what I'm saying? Most of them Jeopardy answers I get right, I pull them right up out the asshole. Hello? They come from fucking Anal Avenue. I about burnt my goddamn eyebrow off with that one. Hello? But, Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah, I think I go through Oklahoma. I don't know where Nebraska's at. I remember the state, I know how the state shape is because when I was a kid, it goes like this. Y'all got like that little lip, Nebraska. Hello? Or no, that's Oklahoma. Nebraska has like a little slant kind of like Tennessee, doesn't it? I-80 if you're traveling on. I don't know if I travel 80. Damn, my fucking screen just went blank. I don't know if I travel 80, man. I'd have to look it up. You know, my phone is what I'm using here. I have to look up the fucking map. I got a lot of people want me to stop through. I'd love to be able to stop through and hang out with all y'all. But if I did that, fuck, it'd take me 2 weeks to get home. Hello, you wanting me to hang out? I got Eric Portwood and his lovely wife, Summer. Hello, want me to come through Texas and hang out? I got Munchkin Tits out in New Mexico wanting me to come and hang out with her, and fucking Shelly Berkowitz, I'm pretty sure she wants me to stop through Vegas and fucking smoke a fat blunt with her. I mean, fuck, I wish I could. Hello? But you know how it is, man. Once you get a full tank, you get on that straightaway and you hit that young cruise control, pow, 90, you got your young fucking USB kicking, right? And you fucking just, it's hard to want to get off. I'm going straight, right? And then if you live down here, you know what I'm saying? Then I got to get off. I got to get off way back here and come down and over and fuck around and come down, you know what I'm saying? Pow, to your place. You know what I'm saying? Like that could take a fucking long time. And then I got to come back. Oh shit, run from the police. Back on the expressway. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So, just depends. Just depends on how far off the expressway you live. People who live like, if you was to live only like, 20, 30 minutes off the expressway, the hell yeah, I could fucking jump off an exit, come and hang out, smoke a couple blunts to be able to jump back on. You know what I'm saying? If I'm only like, if it's only like an hour or 2 hour detour like that, that's cool. That's doable. Fucking hop off, maybe, grill some burgers or something, eat some burgers, fucking smoke a couple blunts, take some pictures, and then, and then I hit back on the road. That's cool. But if you live like, 45 minutes to an hour off the fucking express, into the state and shit, that's the thing I'm saying, that shit, that turns into a whole night, fuck. Hello? It's 4 hours and 10 minutes to Shelley's from LA. I got you, Shelly. Because it's 4 hours and 10 minutes to Vegas from LA. That's the thing, though. It's weird. I've always pictured, like, you picture when, I don't know if y'all are like me, but I've always done, like, when people say certain things, I have my own imagination of it, right? So, like, when I first pictured going back home, I pictured driving through Vegas, from the West Coast to the East Coast. You think that you picture your own map, but I don't think I go anywhere near Vegas. I think it spits me out, because Nevada, so Vegas is kind of like here, and LA's down here in Cali, So it kind of like takes me, I think it either takes me under it. I think it takes me under y'all or above y'all one, and then right through New Mexico and shit. Right through Arizona. Yeah. It's just, it's harder than you think, God damn it, to just get off the fucking, to just get off in a random state and drive somewhere, So when I'm going across, I'll be videoing and shit. If I'm around your state or something, shoot me an address. I'll Google map it from my location, see. Like I said, if one of y'all are close enough, hell yeah, we'll do it. We'll hang out. That'll be cool. It'd be better than stopping at a truck stop. I can just look at that as like, an extended truck stop or something. Hello, stop in, bullshit, smoke a blunt, and then get right back at it. But either way, it's going down next week. Which is good, man. I can't wait to get home. This weather out here is pissing me off. Get ready for a weekend in the 90s. Yeah. Fucking people, man. I'm fucking so glad you like the 90s, Speaking of the 90s, I was watching that hip-hop evolution shit, dog. I could save you the trouble from season 1. Just watch the last episode if you're my age, because the first couple episodes, unless you're from New York and the East Coast, it's a bunch of that hip-hop, broken glass, all that shit. We know that shit. Okay, we know the history, the fucking breakdancing bullshit. I don't know. It's just boring to me because I know it, and I just didn't care to watch. But that fucking last episode, the Birth of Gangster Rap, that shit is so dope, man. That shit. The way, I think it was like MC8, the way MC8 was fucking talking about everyday life in South Central in the 90s was so fucking awesome. The vivid, it was like just like when he was talking about like, how white people didn't get it because he was like, and how they started getting interested in the hood and shit. And he was like, yeah, they thought they was. He goes, but they don't live the shit. He was like, we wake up. He was like, before you even leave your house, you got to make sure you got on the right colors. He goes, then when you leave the crib, he was like, and you out, he goes, you can't stop at certain gas stations. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be a neutral gas station. It's got to be a neutral liquor store. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, at every red light, you don't even want to get stopped at red light. Every red light's like fucking, seems like 30 minutes. You sitting there vulnerable. He was like, and then you make it out the hood and you're around white people, and then they looking at you crazy, and so now every red light, you afraid of a cop's gonna be behind you and pull you over, and then you get sweated in their stores and shit. He was like, so then and then you have to go back home, and you got to go all the way back through that shit again, but now it's nighttime. He's like, so you better get your gas in the white neighborhood because you ain't stopping at no gas station in the nighttime. You know what I'm saying? He was like, so then he was like, every red light's dangerous, even more dangerous because it's nighttime. He goes, and then you make it home, and he was like, to just lay down on your bed. He goes, and your first thought is, damn, man, I got to do this shit all over again tomorrow. And I'm like, fuck. It's like when you hear that shit, you break that shit down in your mind and think about that shit from the age of 0 to by the time you're 20 years old, every fucking day is a survival and a strategy to get out your hood, get back in your hood, to make it in your fucking house safe, and you could still die from a fucking bullet flying through your house. No wonder they fucking snap one day at the age of 20 and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no wonder they just fucking say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go shoot this fucking cop today, pussy ass motherfucker. He been sweating me every day. You can't blame them. The people who don't understand it, it's because that's it. You don't understand, motherfucker. When he broke that shit down like that, I was like, God damn. Because I used to think, being from the trailer park poor sometimes, I used to be like, man, it don't really ever get that bad where you just go cold-blooded kill somebody. But when he explained it like that, just the frustration I felt from that story, from like I daydreamed his day. So just the frustration I had coming out of that daydream, and I never even lived it like that. I was thinking, God damn, I would have easily snapped already. I'd have been one of them troubled teens and shit, because damn, that sounded horrible, So, but that shit's dope. And then I watched episode 1 of season 2, which is the Southern Way, and that shit is badass. They talk about how Luke, because a lot of people don't know, Uncle Luke saved hip hop, saved rap. Period. The FBI took him to court for the rights to say shit and rap. Like if Luke would have lost that fucking court case, they wouldn't have been able to rap about bitches and pussy and guns and none of that shit. It was basically Luke versus the state, like the state versus rap was basically what happened, and fucking they said something on there though that got said really fast. but should be opened up a little more was that dude was like when he came up to the podium, he was like the whole music industry was watching this case, and we were glad to see that Luke Campbell won. But that's what it boiled down to. The whole music industry. It wasn't just rap. The rock and roll people and all them people figured out, oh fuck, this dude is in court right now for I can't remember what the case was called, but like basically our freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? So this goes beyond those rappers. So I bet you some old white Jewish men made some calls and said, hey, let the black guy win. You know, they probably used another word, but let the black guy win, okay? It's gonna affect rock and roll too. With the hip it and the hop it, it'll take away from the rockin' and the rollin'. You know? And then they were like, you can't have that shit. Not guilty. Luke Campbell, talk about pussy all you want. And that's how fucking rap lived. You know what I'm saying? Right? Hell yeah. And fucking and then they went to Texas and was talking to UGK and shit, and that shit was dope, man. It's crazy, you know, it was cool and sad to see like how emotional Bun still gets about Pimp. And what's weird though is they didn't talk about DJ Screw. My boy Aligny brought that up, you know, when I was telling him about the episode. I was like, then they go to Texas and talk to Bun and they talk about Pimp. He was like, oh, and DJ Screw. I was like, no. Actually, they didn't even fucking mention Screw. That's weird. You know? And I've been thinking about that since he said that. I'm like, I can't believe Bun. I wonder why they didn't talk about DJ Screw. Pimp loved Screw, you know? Because they talked about how, because this is something I didn't know. I just thought Pimp was just, I thought Bun was the brains behind that group. I just assumed that shit. I assumed Pimp was more the street cat, straight up pimping and shit. Come to find out though, Pimp was more the brains behind the group as far as like being like a truer rapper and lyricist and knowing how to make a beat and ride a beat. Bun admitted that he was like, man, at first I couldn't flow, I couldn't ride a beat. He was like, I wasn't, you know, and it was like Pimp that showed him how to do the shit, and then Pimp that brought up the fact that, you know, we grew up in the church and we got them organs in the church. And so that's why if you listen to, you know, go back now that you hear me say this, you listen to a lot of them old UGK tracks, you hear a bunch of that church organ in there, you know what I'm saying? All that fucking, you know, all that shit. And that was all from Pimp. You know, he changed their whole sound and style, slowed it down, gave them that twang. And he always was like, Screw, you know, the beginning of songs, he'd be like, got that screw in my cup, you know, like he was always giving shouts out to DJ Screw. So it was weird. They didn't really mention him. So, but other than that, that was a great episode too. I ain't really watched any more of it. You know, I'm trying to finish Flash. I'm on the last season, season 4, clicking down. DeVoe is winning. He's sucking people's brains. He's taking their powers. He's fucking shit up, you know. So, other than that, man, we got 1 minute left, and I think I pulled this one right out the old asshole. Hello, right down fucking Butthole Boulevard. I just keep on coming up with new ones. Anyway, Easter Army, thanks for being soldiers and standing on the front line, sniping at these pussy motherfuckers that keep sniping at me. Hello. And thanks for blazing in and getting cloudy and rowdy. I'll see y'all next week. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't know if I'm going to be doing them from Georgia, Jim Beam. You know, I don't even know if I don't think I want to buy the mixer for $100. I want to save the $100 to get across the country now. You know, he fucked around. It's too late. Hello. Anyway, we'll see what we can do. I'll still be doing some shit from Georgia though. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, if I don't see you, happy fucking Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that shit. I love y'all. Peace.